students, and today we are going to be talking about how to cite in APA format. If you'd like more of an overview of APA format before we get started, I suggest my video on APA Basics, which I will link below. Today we are going to be talking about 3 issues regarding APA citations. So first we're going to be looking at a few different citation sources and how to do citing for them. Secondly, we will take a look at what it means to quote versus paraphrase. And finally, we will look at some special circumstances when using APA citations, such as citing within a source, when you have to use a block quote, and when you are citing multiple authors. All right, let's get started. We will first discuss how to cite some common sources like books, journals, organizations, and websites. The default way to cite in APA is with the author's last name, the date of publication, and the page number. Typically, when you have a journal article or a book, you will have these elements to cite. However, there may be times when you are citing an organization or a web page, and those sources don't always have named authors or page numbers. In those cases, you will use the name of the organization or the title of the page as your in-text citation. You can omit the page number if it doesn't exist. Next, we will look at the difference between quoting and paraphrasing. You use quotation marks when you want to borrow the exact phrasing from a source, as you see in this examples. At other times, you may want to use the idea from a source, but you're changing the syntax and not using exact phrasing. In these cases, it's okay to paraphrase, otherwise known as putting things in your own words, but you still need to cite your source as you see here. Finally, we will take a look at a few special circumstances when the conventional citing practices change. Sometimes when you are doing research, you will come across an idea or a quotation that you really like and want to include in your paper, but it's actually not written or said by the author of the paper that you're reading. This is really pretty common because academics are citing and quoting each other all the time. In these situations, you name the original speaker or author in the signal phrase, and then you cite the resource that you're currently reading in the in-text citation. That way, your reader can easily find the source that you are currently looking at. Another common question students have is what to do when they want to quote quite a bit of text from a resource. In these cases, you format the quotation in what is called a block quote. It's a freestanding block, indented like you would see with a paragraph, no quotation marks, and the page number goes outside of the block at the end. And finally, we will take a look at how to cite when you have multiple authors. In this first example, you will see that there are authors in the in-text citation who are separated by semicolons. This is because in the sentence prior, these ideas come from all of these authors. In this second example, you will see multiple authors listed because all of these authors worked on this same source. In the first citation, you will see all of the authors named. In the second citation, the first author is named, followed by et al. In APA, when you have 3 to 5 authors, you name them all the first time, and then in subsequent uses, you use the first author and then et al. If you have more than 6 authors in the same source, you use the first author and then et al. Every time. Thank you for joining me today in this video about how to do APA citations. As always, when writing, I suggest having an updated APA manual at your side or an updated and consistently reliable website like OWL at Purdue. Good luck and happy writing!